Hi everyone, we're live today at the Blockchain Center, and my name's Cameron, and today we had a special guest, and we're actually at the launch of the information session of cryptocurrency and blockchain with Joe, who is actually running the Crypto Consulting Institute. So I'm with a special guest tonight with us, and what's your name?
Judith Van Unen.
Fantastic. Now, thanks so much for being on the show tonight.
Thank you.
Firstly, I come across Bitcoin in 2009.
Wow.
So going way back in when I was in uni days.
Yes.
And I always want to find out where's it going to go, because after I graduated, I work in the bank, and we always want to, transfer money on electronic means.
Yes. Yeah.
So we try to do it without any paper, and put into a ledger, and everything will be all added into an accounting system.
Yes.
So that's how I come across blockchain, and that's how I want to get involved into the crypto industry right now. So tell our viewers, how did you come across Bitcoin?
I heard about it again like you, probably back in around 2009, and it really didn't make a huge impact at the time. It would just kind of just move through my life, and I knew it existed, but didn't really spend a lot of time at because I was busy doing other things and travelling for work and all the rest of it. But I love to learn, and I'm very open to anything new. I know just enough about everything to be dangerous, but here was something I really wanted to know more about. I have been thinking about some concepts about how it can be used, to improve the lives of people, and that gets me very juiced up. So having an opportunity to come and learn more about it was very exciting. I came to another event at the Blockchain Centre some weeks ago, and that was my first introduction. And now I want to learn, I want to understand it better, and I just like to grow with it. Not only from a personal investment perspective, but how can it be used, and how can I ethically invest to make changes in the world?
Yes, that's a great answer. I mean, and the world is changing fast, and we've got to change with it.
Yeah,
right, so to change.
It's very exciting.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Absolutely
It's such an exciting journey.
And I'd like to be able to be confident in my conversations with my children, my grandchildren, and whatever else comes along. So this has been great.
I think for us, it's probably a bit too late, but it's not too late. But I think the next 10, 20 years, our kids, grandkids, next generation will be born with it.
It'll be like the internet and the iPhone and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
It'll just come as second nature to them.
That's correct. So for us and everyone here tonight to be able to come and attend the amazing information session, it's important to educate ourselves.
Absolutely.
So share that with our viewers.
Leave no one behind.
Leave no one behind. Yeah.
I want to know, and as I said, I'd like to know how to do it with ethical investment, and how it can actually transcribe and have outputs that are really good for the world.
Okay, so this is the fourth revolution. A lot of people are saying that, right?
Yes.
The third revolution was the dot-com boom and bust.
Yes.
Do you remember that time?
Absolutely, I do. Yes.
And I'm
not a junior anymore.
That's right. And a lot of people come out successful, right?
Absolutely, they did.
And the industry fine-tuned. I mean, look at Google. Look at Amazon, eBay. And Microsoft, it's all grown successfully.
And you just need to be open to new things that are coming along. It's a very exciting thing to stay open to whatever's happening.
You want to take a photo of us while we do the interview? We got our assistants here. We are live. It's such an amazing journey for you, especially for me and yourself.
Yes, I expect it to be an amazing journey. I really do. I just think the world is presenting a great opportunity at this time.
The internet making the world a lot closer now.
Of course.
Okay, so in that case, what is cryptocurrency? What is blockchain? What will it make the world do?
What do I think it will do?
Yeah, what thing it will do?
From my perspective, I think it because it reaches out to developing countries, and I think that in itself, where we get more equality in how everybody can participate in the advantages and opportunities of life, I think that's incredibly important to close that gap of poverty, to say this is an easy way, slow and easy will do it, but it's a very worthwhile way to engage.
And then getting the community involved, individually, like you, me, and everyone else there in the public involved.
Mine will be slowly, but that's okay.
We'll get there.
Always going forward, taking positive steps forward.
And how important is the community getting involved in this. How would you encourage the community to come along to this sort of session?
Well, that's, I think, better understanding of what I'm saying. That's why I'm coming to these sessions, so that I better understand and know how to articulate that I learn or discover things that, as I said, will resonate with my desire to do ethical things and to actually reach out and close the gaps of inequality.
Now, blockchain industry, the blockchain future will cut out the middleman, okay, and that will help us take control of our life back.
Yes.
Is that good or bad?
I think it's very good. When you progress forward, there will always be some people who get a little bit left behind, but in generally speaking, it usually allows them to look at other opportunities and more people engage. So we can't be frightened of the future, that sometimes it's not great for everybody, because that's just the reality of life. But this is an opportunity, as I said, to get a greater number of people across a diverse range of socioeconomic and geographic places. And I think it's a great way to embrace.
I agree. Now, Bitcoin has made many millionaires and even billionaires,
Yes.
all right? Because, you hear a lot of stories back in 2009 when they first started 10 cents, and now it has jumped up over 25,000, as
Yes.
Joe mentioned, and now it's come
Yes.
down to about just under
Yes.
8 or so.
That's still a healthy growth.
Still healthy growth. So,
You don't want to be frightened of that sort of growth.
no. So this is like at the surface, right? Not
Yes,
even,
Yes, and
Is
now
that-
there's so many coins, so many tokens, so many ways, and again, that in itself will diversify
Yep.
as the industry grows. So,
Yep.
I just think there's wonderful opportunities.
When you mention so many coins, how do you know which one?
Well, that's what we come along tonight to learn about these things. That's what the Blockchain Centre does, offers events and ways of learning, and I think that's great.
How did you hear about this session?
Because I signed up the last time I came here, which was a few weeks ago. So I'm receiving things online, and if I can actually coordinate what I want to see and hear with what my diary looks like, then here I shall be.
And being able to
You
get
always need to
access-
be as good as you can be with
Okay.
something.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very,
Yes.
very important to be as good as you can be.
Look, it's
it's
so good,
knowledgeable.
isn't it? It's so knowledgeable, and in terms of
Yes.
getting connected online, so you can get
Yes.
access to this sort of events,
Yes.
is important.
Of course.
And now the world is getting closer.
And that's it. When you can get connected online, I don't have to wait around for someone to tell me about it. It just presents itself on my
Powerful.
computer or on my phone, and there it is.
So, do you look at in the future? Do you look at getting your own blockchain startup, or do you want
There's
to
a
just
good-
buy your
No,
some?
there's a good opportunity there, I think. And
Yeah.
As I said, remain open.
Yep.
Why would you close your mind to anything these days? Remain open. And an opportunity, if you hear that knock on the door, it may be an opportunity. Open the door and embrace it.
Now, every day I interview a lot of startup blockchains,
Yes.
and there's so many great ideas out there. They all need to get the message out. How do you know which idea is great and what,
I think with any, and I've been around doing business since I was a teenager.
Wow.
I started my first business.
Yep.
And I don't think it changes. I don't think it's changed. I think you need to do your due diligence. You need to make sure everything you do is transparent, so that whoever comes and engages with you, whatever the stakeholder may be, they've got a confidence that you're doing the right thing. I think you've got to have values and efficacy in what you do. And I think this is no different from any other business I've engaged with. I think it's very important. And of course, have fun. Work hard, play harder.
yes, and eventually things will come into place because all the due diligence and all that will
Absolutely.
help you create
Yes.
successful outcome.
Yes.
So, in Australia, they're saying it is important in terms of security in the blockchain industry. Now, you've learned today about hot and cold storage,
Yes.
security.
Yes.
Is that important?
Well, we are one of the most compliant countries in the world.
Yeah.
So I don't think
Wow.
we should be frightened of that.
No.
It makes us a very safe place to engage. And if you're doing the right thing and you put your mind to it, you'll deal with those compliances and it will be fine. The business will go forward. I don't think we need to be frightened of all of that.
Very, very
We
good.
embrace it
Yeah.
and we use it to get to the end result that we want.
That's great. And by adapting to those changes and embrace it, and
Yes.
feedback constantly,
Yes.
it will definitely give this industry a better
Yes.
place for everyone to get
Yes.
involved.
Get good people around you.
All right, so a couple of tips for our viewers, right? You've got name 5 cryptocurrency that you can think of, and
Oh my
why.
God. Can I just go back and say, I know just enough about anything to be dangerous. So I'm not able to really, I'm learning. So I
Yep.
can't say that I can really articulate all of those things I've learnt.
Yep.
I need to actually, digest them and realise, how they work within my life. So
That's great.
again, as I said, knowledge is power. So get
Yep.
out there and learn. If you want to know something, take responsibility for learning it for yourself, and
That's great.
learn from the experts and those people who are prepared to put themselves out to help you to learn.
That's good advice.
There
And
you go, good advice.
you have your favorites, and some of them are not your friends. Can you name 5 cryptocurrency that you know of?
No.
Bitcoin,
Bitcoin,
Okay.
Ethereum,
There you go.
Neo, is
Neo,
that correct?
yes.
That's about it now.
That's it.
Give me 5 minutes or
That
10
is
minutes and I
good.
might be fine, but it's a slow process, what can I say?
Hey, it is a good start because
Yeah.
a lot of people only know what Bitcoin is, and a lot of people don't know either,
Yes.
and they don't know what it does.
And I think there's a learning process between
Yes.
understanding securities and understanding utilities and all those sorts of things. So that's the part I'm looking forward to, the next stage of really understanding the differences and how to engage in those differences.
Now, Joe's session is so interesting, and it opened
Yes,
up
it was.
many areas
Yes.
in this blockchain industry, in cryptocurrency world.
Yes.
What is your highlight
Tonight.
for tonight? Yeah. What have you
I think
remember?
it was actually reinforcing those issues of due diligence, of transparency, of making sure that you know what you're doing before you start. It's
Wow.
like running, you don't just get out there and run a marathon. You do your exercises and stretching and all those things you require to understand what the process is going to be, and I think that's important. Do your homework. And I think I had that reinforced tonight.
And Australia is number 2 scammers in the world. China's number 1, and now Australia
Yes.
in terms of this industry.
Yeah, well-
So you're in the right place to learn
Yes.
and to understand this.
Yes.
You're pretty much got things under control. What about people that are interested in getting into this industry? They want to buy Bitcoin.
Again, do your homework.
Okay.
Do
And-
your homework. I mean, that's probably the most important thing.
Yep.
Understand that you have to have a relationship with your money and a relationship with who you're going to give your money to. If you haven't kind of worked that out, then keep it in your pocket until you have.
Okay. One more. How do you know Blockchain Center? How do you know this place?
It was just
And
from
when?
a friend telling me about it a couple of months ago.
All right.
And making the contact online, and then I discovered, as I said, there was to be an evening that explained blockchain, and I thought this is where I'd like to be. If I'm going to learn, come and learn from the experts.
Okay, so
And evidently around this room are a lot of experts.
there will be a lot of experts because this center is for the whole industry, and everyone
Yes.
tends to hang out here.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, so
You're as good as the 10 people around you.
yes, and we share the common.
Yes.
Yeah. I have a question about I think social media,
Yes.
because for me I get access instantly. I get it's very ease of use, and I use Facebook a lot.
Yes.
So for you, what's your most active social media platform you use, and why, or none at all?
I don't engage much on a personal level. I'm a very private person, so I very rarely would use social media unless it's within a family, like an Instagram closed group, and then I can converse with family and friends privately and with feeling confidence.
Yeah.
But I don't engage much otherwise. Rarely. I'm probably once, 2 or 3 times a year I go to Facebook. But from a business perspective,
That's fair
yes,
enough.
there is a real necessity to engage in social media from a business perspective.
Agreed. Yeah.
So it's two things,
Two things,
right?
yeah.
I have no problem with the external, but as I said, internally I keep very private. But there are still ways and people who I will engage with differently that is personal, but as I said, very specifically.
Actually,
I need to keep up with my grandsons.
yes, I was
need
going to
to,
say.
right?
Actually,
I'm in trouble if I don't.
you know, the
I
next
have
few
to look
years,
like the wise woman in front of them.
which is sometimes it's good, you know.
Yes.
You know, people don't have to rely on social media all the time, but they have it because there's a purpose for each of
It's a
us.
purpose.
Yeah,
It's a
and I use a lot
Absolutely.
for
They're tools.
business. Yeah,
That's
resource
yes.
tool.
That's right.
Yeah, and you know,
They are
education.
tools. Yes.
Now, in our third world, especially next door to us, is Asia.
Yes.
They're really undeveloped, and I think the blockchain technology will help them a lot.
Yes. Well,
And-
we are surrounded by post-conflict, post-disaster countries, geographically challenged countries. You look at PNG, etc. We're surrounded by countries that need some support,
Yep.
and we are the privileged, and we need to be able to reach out and find a way to engage with them, and tell what we know, share our experiences and our knowledge to help those that don't have the same access that we have to many things.
I come from a refugee background.
Well,
To
then
me,
you
it
are- you
touches
say
my
yes,
heart. It makes
exactly
sense.
more
Yes.
than I do.
Okay, before we go, I know you have attended the course tonight and you've learned so much. So, what would you recommend this course by Joe, from Crypto Consulting Institute, to
The one he
viewers?
finished with.
The one he's finished with.
Yes, I'm very interested
Would you like
to
to
know
share
where that's
that?
going to go. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it, so it's very hard to share it, except it looked very interesting. He's quite a dynamic man,
Yep.
and if he's gathering other dynamic people around him, then why would you not want to be in that space? If you're going to learn to do things as best as possible, best practice, then why would you not want to be around someone who has the experience and not only the ability to share, but the willingness to share?
My first transaction in blockchain was probably in March.
Okay. Well, mine will probably be next week.
Oh, you haven't actually.
I don't have a wallet. I haven't got tokens, but I'm getting there. I'm
tell
better
you.
understanding now.
I tell you, I got so excited when I saw it because I checked my wallet
Yes.
and I go, wow, $550.
Oh,
And then
excellent.
it gives you the Bitcoin value as well. It's like,
yes.
wow.
Ah.
So last week actually,
Why did you choose Bitcoin as opposed to something like Ethereum or whatever else is out there?
well, I used the blockchain.com wallet.
Right.
I download their wallet there, and that's
Yes.
why they have those options. So
Right.
I thought I'd go for the big one.
Okay. Yes.
Because a lot of big players right now are using
Yes.
Bitcoin
Yes.
as part of the fun.
Yes, and
Yeah,
again, I think
transaction.
as this expands and grows, it will be a matter of what is the best way to go forward and what is the best coin or token to use. And
You're right.
I think it's about what you're doing, what you want to achieve, and which one of those is going to best sit within your own relationship with your investment.
Yeah, I mean, right now I'm going to use Desto. Desto ICO. They're going public in end of this month in September,
Okay.
and we had them launch in March early this year,
Yes.
and now it almost finished the private offering now,
Right.
and it shot up the roof.
Yes.
So it was at 30 cents initially,
Ah.
and in March, and July it was 70 cents.
Yes.
And when it's offering in public in September, it'd say above 90 cents.
Okay.
So it's going to go up
That's
at
great.
least more than that.
Yeah, that's great.
So, I'm excited to use their wallet. I can't wait because they are
Yes.
in Asia, and they're also targeting unbanked
Yes.
people that are undeveloped.
Yes.
So
Well, maybe the next time we meet, I'll be able to tell you all about my
Yes.
currencies that I'm dealing
next
with.
time, yeah, for sure. Look, definitely welcome back to our show next time. And
Yes,
now
thank
before
you.
we go, thanks so much for being on the show,
Very welcome.
sharing this important information
I
and
hope it-
what
I
you
hope it was had some value.
experience.
Yes.
It's very valuable, especially to the mum and dads out there that are
Yes.
watching this, and they're gonna see, wow, for your age and my age, we can connect in this
Yes.
industry. Yeah.
Yes.
What are some? Could you share some tips or some information before we go to our viewers?
In what regard?
In terms of last word to share, important.
Last words. get out there and have fun. Learn about what you can engage with. You know, the world is a wonderful place. It presents new opportunities all the time. Why would you not want to do that? But the thing is, as I said, come along with the knowledge. You need to learn first to make sure you're making nice, solid steps when you're going forward. Being foolhardy doesn't help anyone anywhere.
That's right. You always keep learning, you know.
Yes,
doesn't
absolutely.
matter
Why wouldn't you? It's great fun.
And thanks so much for being on the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
Blockchain Centre
great.
today. Don't forget to check us out. Come down to Blockchain Centre, guys.
Yes.
And meet us.
Yes.
And meet everyone here to learn about blockchain industry. Yeah.
Have fun.
Have fun. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, we'll do another live shortly, and we'll share some more amazing journey in terms of this industry and also educating everyone else about blockchain. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye
Good
for
night
now.
all.
Good night.